We've studied outer space more than the Earth.
What happened? Where are the others?
Everything is just like in a regular shaft. But later on, you'll see what we actually created here.
This form of life is unknown to science. It's the end of the human race.
All right. This is something new. I've never done a movie review before, but I watched Superdeep last night. It's a Russian sci-fi horror film that's I think it's only available for streaming on Shudder right now. And the reason I'm doing this is because this movie is getting trashed by reviewers, and I'm honestly really surprised. I read the description on Shudder. I thought it sounded cool. I like foreign film, especially foreign horror, and I watched it over the course of 2 nights through my phone. Where's my phone? This tiny little crappy phone. I watched it on that with headphones in bed, and I absolutely loved it. So something that gets tossed around with this movie is that it's very reminiscent of John Carpenter's The Thing and the film Aliens, and it totally is. I'm not going to deny that. It does its own thing, and it does it well. But I think one aspect of comparison that people are maybe not aware of, or they're not thinking of, or they didn't notice it like I did, but this movie reminded me so much of Lucio Fulci, an Italian director who is no longer with us. But this movie reminded me so much of 3 of his films: The Beyond, The House by the Cemetery, and City of the Living Dead. Those 3 movies compose Fulci's Gates of Hell trilogy. They're not connected. They're just like similar in themes in a way. But his movies always had partial dubbing. You know, some people were speaking English, some people were speaking Italian, and the Italian speakers, their voices were dubbed over. And it gives it this disconnected, like, fever dream. A lot of the dialogue between characters feels off at times. Certain actions just, you know, like it's like, why are they doing this? Like, that's such a bad idea. But that's one of the things I loved about Superdeep, is that you're on this ride effectively, and it's like a nightmarish worst case scenario just playing out before you, and it just some of the scenes are, you know, people would say it's longer than it should be, but I loved it because it's like you're watching this nightmare, and you know that things are probably not going to turn out well for anyone involved. And that's no spoiler or anything. I'm not going to give any spoilers for this. I didn't even watch the trailer before I went into the movie. Just completely blind, read the description. And like I said, I loved it. The budget is low, but it's filmed in a, you know, two by 6x1, or I don't know the cinematography like that, but it's a really wide angle, and it just oozes with atmosphere. The set design is great, the acting is great, the practical special effects are great. It's got a really cool synthwave soundtrack. It has like elements of action, but it's not over the top. Lots of twists and turns with certain motivations. There's good character development. And yeah, I really can't say enough good things about this. Like I mentioned, a lot of reviews are really trashing it. Bloody Disgusting gave it 1 out of 5. Not that that website even matters. Like I go there just to like see what's coming out, you know, news in the horror industry, and I saw that they reviewed it, and it's just embarrassing. I don't know. I mean, clearly not everyone will like this movie. If all you watch is stuff like The Conjuring, you know, Hollywood films, you probably won't like this. And with that being said, I like the Conjuring movies. I love Hollywood films, or Hollywood horror films with great production value, all that. I think they're, you know, really entertaining popcorn movies. But for someone such as myself, who absolutely adores Italian horror, especially Lucio Fulci, I love John Carpenter films. I love Cronenberg. I'm not like too keen on body horror, but this movie does it well in a way that I can stomach, and it's reminiscent of Cronenberg too. So again, I just made this video to, you know, combat the negativity surrounding this film. If you are a fan of Italian horror movies, John Carpenter, or Aliens, I cannot encourage you enough to seek this film out, because honestly, to me, it was a 10 out of 10. It seemed like it was catered directly to what I like to see in horror movies. And, you know, if you watch it and enjoy it, that's awesome. If you watched it and didn't like it, you know, whatever, power to you. But I just wanted to get this out there so other people could have a different view of it, and potentially, you know, seek out other Italian horror movies. There's a movie called Contamination that I also thought was that Superdeep was strongly reminiscent of. Contamination isn't isn't directed by Fulci, but it's still a really cool movie worth checking out. So if you watch this, guys, thanks. This review is incredibly janky because I don't normally do this stuff, but whatever. Thanks again. We'll see you.